The main misconception of port is that it's a sweet, sticky, old-fashioned drink. You have probably heard of their mothers, grandfathers, granduncles drinking port, or Englishmen drinking it with cigars. Many times I'm tasting people and they go like, I don't like sweet wines. And they say, no, taste this. This is the Sandeman port. And they taste it and they go, oh, I didn't know port tasted like that. In 1790, George Sandeman set up his cellars in London and selected port as being one of the wines that he was going to trade in, and went to Porto to buy cellars there. Porto in the north of Portugal was a very important shipping point for wines, and from there was able to guarantee the quality that he needed to build his business. In 1805, we started branding our casks, and we were also the first company to start bottling and labeling our wines so that consumers that were buying it would know that it was the true Sandeman wine. In 1928, an artist called George Massey Brown conceived this drawing of what was then called the Sandeman. Today we call him the Don. My great-grandfather at the time bought it and used it in an advertising campaign. It was so well received, it was so popular, it created so much attention that it seemed like the only thing to do was to associate it completely with the Sandeman name. This was the beginning of a relationship that Sandeman has had and developed with art. We went into a series of poster campaigns and have always maintained a fairly close relationship with art of all sorts. But it was also a very important step in creating what today we would call the brand. For us, Founders Reserve is a flagship, the most special port, the one that requires most work. And this is a reserve blend, a wine that has a lot of fruit in it, a very nice texture, but also a very clean, nice, elegant finish. My favorite way to drink Founders Reserve? Definitely on the rocks with a slice of orange and a sprig of mint. And I think that makes really what is the perfect cocktail that anybody can make. The company was passed down from generation to generation. My personal contribution has really been brought beyond just the traditional way of drinking. Sandeman has developed a full portfolio of cocktails. So we have Sandeman Margarita, Sandeman Sparkler, Sandeman Manhattan. But my personal favorite, I think, is the Sandeman Sangria. And this is Founders Reserve with margarita mix and orange juice, and of course lots of ice. And that makes for a very simple, easy-to-make cocktail.
The rules of the competitions, which were published.
At Tales of the Cocktail, we really formalised in a more public way our interest and our dedication to a future of Sandeman port with cocktails. It was a competition to come up with innovative cocktails on port, but innovative cocktails which were easy to make. And Tales of the Cocktail was really a good environment for us to highlight the fact that Sandeman port is something that can be used in high quality, sophisticated cocktails. 99% of the people that try the cocktails that have been made with Sandeman are enjoying them, like them. Sandeman's participation at Tales of the Cocktail was really to show a new audience that Sandeman could be a good ingredient in a cocktail. It was a good part of the cocktail, and that the company is committed to going that way. Besides being at Tales, we had a fun afternoon walking through the French Quarter, showing a very diverse group of people what Sandeman was about.